Up with KREM begins now.
6 o'clock here on your Memorial Day, May 26th. Thanks so much for joining us here on Up with KREM. I'm Tim Pham.
Yeah, I'm Nicole Hernandez. Happy Memorial Day. We want to get right to our weather with meteorologist Thomas Patrick because, Thomas, if people have the day off, should they spend it outside?
Yeah, well, I think this afternoon you'll be okay. This morning still dodging a few scattered showers, though I don't think too many plans are still occurring at 6 a.m. here as we're just getting ready for the day ahead. You might notice that the ground is actually quite wet from a shower that passed through within the past hour here in Spokane, and those showers still ongoing through the inland northwest. Not actively raining around Spokane or the airport, but here are those showers that are drifting northward through the county, now getting into Coeur d'Alene, Rathdrum, Hayden areas, and now just inching into Spirit Lake as well as Newport up in Pend Oreille County. I did notice one little blip of maybe a rumble of thunder right over Colville. Do you see that cell that passed through? I think that might be the most of it in terms of any thunderstorms, but the rainfall is still scattered but still ongoing as of this morning. Should clear out quite nicely by this afternoon.
Real quick look at traffic this morning. I-90 in Freya. This is a spot where we typically see backups, but it probably won't be as bad today as many people have Memorial Day off, of course. Typically, we don't start seeing those backups until about 8 o'clock. So as the morning continues, we'll keep checking in here. Other than that, things look like they're moving smoothly. Just maybe a little bit of wet roads because of the showers that Thomas was talking about.
Breaking overnight, firefighters are investigating after a series of spot fires on Spokane's South Hill.
Firefighters put out about a dozen small fires all along High Drive late last night. KREM 2's Brandon T. Jones is live this morning with an update. Brandon?
Yeah, Tim, Nicole, 12 fires all put out by crews like these two right here behind me. They've had a crew out here all night long just to monitor the situation, make sure any hot spots, they don't spark or ignite back up. But around 9:45 last night, that's when they got that first initial call about a brush fire over here along High Drive. They got here and then that's when they encountered those 12 different fires. Got them all extinguished as mentioned, and Spokane Fire Department said Spokane Police, they closed down the roadway along High Drive between Bernard Street and South Manitou Boulevard. No structures were threatened, and some issues they face included kind of just that steep terrain here, that steep area along High Drive. But again, a couple of those agencies that were out here, Spokane Fire Department, Spokane County Fire District 3, and the Spokane Police. With warmer days ahead of us, this is just another reminder to make sure you're being as safe as possible. Wildfire season also accompanies the start or that unofficial start for summer here on Memorial Day. So just remember that. There's been some reminders sent out by the Public Lands, Dave Up the Grove, the Commissioner of the Public Land. So just remember to douse all of those fires you get started and to be as safe as possible amid wildfire season. For now, reporting live here in Spokane County, Brandon T. Jones, KREM 2 News.
Right now on KREM 2 Plus, Chief Meteorologist Jeremy Legoo takes an in-depth look at the wildfire outlook in the inland northwest. Download KREM 2 Plus and watch for free. This Memorial Day, we pause to salute, honor, and remember the men and women who died while serving and fighting for our freedom. And taking a live look at Arlington National Cemetery this morning. In just a matter of hours, President Trump will take part in a Memorial Day ceremony starting at 8 o'clock this morning. The Commander-in-Chief will also lay a wreath at the tomb of the unknown soldier. In a proclamation issued by the White House over the weekend, President Trump has issued today a day of prayer for permanent peace.
And since today is Memorial Day, there will be more traffic on I-90. WashDOT says Snoqualmie Pass will be congested pretty much all day long, especially for people heading from here over to the west side. Take a look at this map here. This blue line is the normal amount of traffic we see on a normal Monday like today. We have about 1,000 more people traveling on our roads westbound from this side of the state over to the west side. That congestion doesn't die down until later tonight, 9 or 10 o'clock tonight. For people heading eastbound over I-90 back here to this side of the state, things look a bit better. There will still be moderate to heavy traffic. That's this yellow here on the map from about 9 a.m. until about 5 p.m. We will, of course, keep a look on traffic all morning long.
6:05 here this morning, a developing story in Nez Perce County. A man is in a hospital with severe injuries after a rollover crash. The sheriff's office says the driver of a Jeep Wrangler was traveling north on Highway 95 when he drove off the road and crashed into a hill, causing the car to flip. The sheriff's office says the man was not wearing a seatbelt and was thrown from the car. The sheriff's office is reminding everyone to buckle up this holiday weekend. And this morning, Idaho State Police reminds drivers that the 100 deadliest days of summer starts today. Idaho State Police reported 82 traffic deaths last summer. So this week is Safe Driver Week to raise awareness about driving risks. AAA Idaho says wearing a seatbelt improves chances of surviving a crash by 50%. And of course, put your phone down, pull over if you're tired, and don't drive too close to other cars on the roads. This morning, we are learning the U.S. Coast Guard has suspended its search for a missing 15-year-old boy off the coast of Long Beach.
The Coast Guard said he was swimming with 2 other adults before sunset on Friday. They ran into some sort of trouble in the water. Crews were able to rescue both adults, but could not find the teenager. We're waiting to learn exactly what happened, but the Coast Guard says the coast can be dangerous this time of year.
We have beautiful coast here in Washington and Oregon. Make sure you know about the currents and the waves. Those can really pull you out pretty fast. And you just want to always be ready and prepared to deal with that sort of thing.
Both adults went to the hospital for possible hypothermia.
It's been a big holiday weekend for those looking to get outdoors, and while it might feel nice outside, experts say waterways are still dangerously cold.
KREM 2's Christian Garza breaks down what experts want you to know this morning.
As the weather starts to get warmer here in the inland Northwest, explorers might stop at shops like the Evergreen Gear Exchange to prepare for a weekend adventure. However, people need to also keep safety in mind, especially when out on the water. As temperatures start to rise, the draw to cool off in local waterways grows stronger and stronger.
Looking at current observations, water temperatures are between 40 and 50 degrees Fahrenheit.
But it's something experts like meteorologist Antoinette Serrato with the National Weather Service says is dangerous for everyone this time of year.
Usually with those water temperatures, you end up having a loss of dexterity, which is fine motor skills, the ability to swim, kick, keep yourself afloat. Usually you lose that in about 5 to 10 minutes.
With water temperatures below 50, Serrato says hypothermia can begin to set in at around 30 minutes, and you would lose consciousness altogether after about an hour.
For kids, definitely be a lot more aware just because they might not be able to keep themselves afloat.
Some signs of hypothermia to watch out for include a slower rate of speech, moving slower than normal, and uncontrollable shivering.
A lot of people will think that with temperatures, air temperatures in the 80s, that water temperatures will reflect that, and that's not quite the case.
Serrato says bodies of water like rivers are even more dangerous at this time of year because of the mixture of currents and freezing temps.
Even an experienced swimmer can, succumb to hypothermia or swift currents. So always wear a life jacket whenever you're out on the water, no matter what time of year.
A sentiment shared by experienced outdoors people.
If you're out in the water, pay attention to your body if you feel cold.
Like Evergreen Gear Exchange owner James Nisbet.
I'd say 90% of everything we have in here is stuff that people just had in their closets they weren't using anymore.
Nisbet says in the last couple of weeks he's seen an influx in customers buying flotation devices like life jackets, kayaks, and paddleboards. And while he is grateful for the business, he says it's even more rewarding to know he's helping local families stay safe while they're having fun.
So yeah, it's just great to be able to help people out, really, at the end of the day. That's what we're here for.
Christian Garza, KREM 2 News.